Today I'm going to share a concept that would absolutely change your life today. An understanding of what I'm about to say would prove results now. This is one of the very few teachings which you can apply and see immediate results. It doesn't require discipline. It doesn't require you to read 30 pages. It doesn't require you to be motivated. It doesn't require you to do external things to produce outcome. Application of this ideal would multiply your aura by infinite points. It's called being silent. Being silent. I know this goes counter to the narrative purported in the manosphere and things of that sort, which is dominate every conversation, raise your voice, call people out on your bullshit, things of that sort. So once you're at a dinner table, to purport masculinity, you need to be loud, you need to assert yourself, you need to say a lot of things to get noticed. In fact, that just betrays insecurity. That goes counter to what you're trying to prove. Have you wondered why does it seem that rich people can almost recognize if you're poor? This has nothing or very little to do with the way you dress, your appearance. In fact, speaking on the subject of appearance, have you noticed the ultra wealthy looks homeless most of the time? And the ones that are shiny and trying to show you luxurious cars and things of that sort is most likely their new money, or they're trying to sell you an ideal, or that luxurious lifestyle is what their brand is hinged upon. It's only a matter of time before they peddle a course or they sell you some get rich quick scheme in general. But ultra wealthy people is subtle, is quiet. So being silent or saying less than necessary would give you untold amounts of power possible. I will illustrate. When you're silent, people find you intriguing. They want to know what's on your mind. Understand that humans cannot sit with themselves. Understand that silence is something that's intolerable in the human species. Blake said it perfectly, that all of humans' problem comes from the fact that he cannot sit down with himself for an hour or so. So people would rather entertain you with any sound than to be silent. And of course, there are a lot of factors as to reason why, which we won't go into. But once you're silent, they find you intriguing. And intrigue is the basis of power. It's the cornerstone of power. It signals you don't need anybody's approval. You don't need to assert yourself. You don't need to prove your value. You're confident as to what you can offer. You don't need to talk over people. The way you speak, you're subtle in your ideal, makes people gravitate. I'll give you an example. Why do women find bad boys interesting? I'll tell you why. Because everybody in their DM is trying to be nice, is trying to be presentable, is telling them how beautiful they are. And there's this one guy who just doesn't give a shit. Like, why? Why is he not texting me back? Why is he not fast as hell? Why is he not doing this? The fact that you can make her to question her decisions means you take up rental space in her head. Good or bad, as long as she's thinking about you, it's something. As P.T. Barnum, one of the most iconic showsmen in history, put it, there's no such thing as good or bad publicity. Any publicity is good publicity. Better to be known as a bad person are supposed to be obscure in his words. So be silent. You don't need to prove yourself. And I'll finish with a quote which I've come to love. It is better for a minister to do foolish things than to save them. As always, my friends, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.